So why are we doing this topic? There's been a long-standing debate within Israel pertaining to the people of the Pacific Islands. These people do include Hawaiians and Samoans, Filipinos, Southeast Asian descendants. What is often left out of this debate are facts. The facts including that the islands of Polynesia are a group of a larger subset known as Oceania. We are often attracted only to the sensationalized or promoted ethnic groups, primarily dealing with tourism. To be clear, Polynesians form an ethno-linguistic group. This means that they are connected primarily by their language. That's what it means to be an ethno-linguistic group. They are of the same ethnicity, and a lot of the connections have been made by language. And not only language, artifacts, sculptures, and cultural connections are also made by scholars as they have dug up the historical evidence to form their conclusions. What they are a part of, as far as an ethnicity, is a group known as Austronesians. You're going to hear these terms repeatedly as we go through the history and timeline of the Polynesia people. Once again, it is important to understand, and we'll go through the evidence, artifacts, scholarly research in order to provide that to you so you can form the conclusion on your own. So who are the Austronesian people and where do they come from? Austronesians, according to Edom Online, are also known as Javanese, Malay, or Satay. You may find some similarity between Javanese and the son of Japheth, Javan. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 10 and verse 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshach and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Riptah and Torgama. And the sons of Javan, Elisha and Tarshish, Kittim and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after his tongue, after their families, in their nations. In the book of Genesis, we read about the beginnings of nations, in specific, the sons of Japheth, where the scriptures say in verse 5 that these would be the isles of the Gentiles, the isles or islands of the Gentiles divided in their lands. When you look up the etymology of the word Polynesia, it comes from the Greek poly, meaning many, and nessos, meaning island. So the very word itself, Polynesia, and at larger, Melanesia, Micronesia, Indonesia, are all derivative of an island people. That corresponds directly with Genesis chapter 10 and verse 5. Moving further into world history after the Neolithic period and moving into the Bronze Age, we come across a group of people known only as the Sea Peoples. The Sea People are wrapped in obscurity, much like the people of Polynesia today, origins undetermined, derived from mostly oral tradition and very little written records. Thus, we have to put the pieces together to determine origins. As it was then with the Sea Peoples, so is it today with the people of Polynesia, also a Sea Peoples. Scholars have placed the Sea Peoples as inhabiting the islands of the Eastern Mediterranean and coastal towns. Here is where the link comes, where scholars have identified, although hotly debated, that these Sea People have a direct connection to Etruscans, Mycenaeans, and even Minoan people. This ancestry is of importance because these would be your original Greeks. Prior to the conquering of the so-called white man, the Greeks were a dark-skinned race of people, based again on archaeological evidence and artifacts that have been found in the region. But it's very important to understand that as it is today, so it was then. Their history is very obscure, often shrouded in oral traditions and not much documentation. So again, the Sea Peoples, even during the time of these Iron and Bronze Ages, is still a mysterious foundation.
Just like we've been saying, the key to finding out who's who is the linguistics, right? Unearthing old artifacts, right? Lab techniques, right? Oral traditions, wide berth of places, right? And comparing the artifacts. None of it is written history. This is exactly like how the Medes were. None of it was written history. The Ionians, ships, seafaring people, none of it is written down. All of it is oral and archaeological findings of pottery and tools.
All of us, all of Polynesia. Wise man once told me, we as Polynesians, we are not separated by land, but we are all connected by water. Fijian, New Zealand, the Maoris, Tahitian, Kanaka-Maoli. It's all one tribe, all one nation. And I'm honored to combine land and sea. We are the seafaring, we are the people. It's such an honor. I love you guys so much. Love you, Uncle Buck.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.